XAB Club, still a scam. Not a surprise. I made a video about this a while ago and it got a lot of attention and it got a lot of people in the comments wanting to deny and say that this is actually some kind of legitimate business somehow, but nothing has changed and it's only closer to collapsing, as all Ponzi schemes eventually do. And so in this video, I just want to go over some of the same facts that I went over last time and some new ones. And first, I want to address some of these comments that are arguing, not really arguing, no one's addressing anything, they're just trolling, really. So let's see, somebody's been a member over 6 months. Good for you. Yeah, I know someone who's also been a member over 6 months and they think it's legit, but eventually they will lose everything, just like the Bit Harvest Ponzi scheme that has now collapsed. Made a video on that last year, and that wound up being just like weeks before it collapsed. But people got some money for a little while because they're being paid out with other investors' money, and then the whole thing collapses and everyone loses everything. I didn't mention that this is Web3. That's why there's no website. What a joke of a review. What are you talking about? If it's an actual business, it should still have a website, whether it's in Web3 or not. That doesn't make any sense. Go and do proper homework, dude. Okay, go and watch the video again, dude. Doing a Google search instead of research on your part. I don't even know what that means, what they're trying to say there. Scamming people, not being upfront that you're getting paid. Monetization has its perks. I responded here saying the YouTube Partner Program, or YouTube monetization, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to be eligible for that. My channel right now has 178 subscribers, I think, and something like 1,000 hours of watch time, roughly. And here's an interesting one. Staking, not a scam. MasterCard, not a scam. You should stop this kind of propaganda. I've been in the business since February, all is well. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it's not always going to be that way. And I'm not sure what this person is talking about either. None of these comments really make a whole lot of sense, but I assume they're referring to something having to do with XRP. But this is not about XRP specifically. This is about XAB Club. Yeah, it uses XRP instead of some other crypto, but that's not really relevant here. The point is that the XAB Club thing is a Ponzi scheme that claims to use the same tried and true method that a bunch of Ponzi schemes have used for many years, if not decades now, saying we have a trading arbitrage AI bot. Well, that's the new twist, right? It's an AI bot that is purely profitable, only executes perfect arbitrage trades or something, and that's how you make money, 1 or 2% daily or whatever. That's always fake, just so you know. Apparently, I didn't improve that it was enough evidence of a scam. You should not keep this video to scare someone who's looking for a good opportunity like this. Video and scam page cannot show data of the business in 2 months. Today, XRP is an asset replacing SWIFT. Again, what does this have to do with anything? No one's addressing any of the actual points that I'm going to get to in a second. Your review is nonsense. Let's connect. I'll teach you. I just put a bunch of stuff here that I'm going to go over in a second anyway. Go into your research and check the facts. Okay, why don't you do the same and get back to me? I don't get why everybody, all these people are saying like, this is false, everything's wrong, you didn't do it right, and then not offering anything of their own. Like, prove it to me. That's fine. If you can actually prove what the product is here, what the business model is, how it works, how it makes money legitimately, and how people get that just for putting money in, why it looks like every other Ponzi scheme but somehow isn't, then that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But if you're just going to say it's not that, it's not exactly what it looks like, then okay, it's kind of hard to believe you though. So first, when you go search for XAB Club scam, you'll find this really good article on it, this really good blog. And it's just talking about how it's the same thing as every other time, basically. This same thing has happened so many times. There's no owners, there's no executives, it doesn't have a company address. The website barely lists anything, like I've covered before. A login box with ambition, yeah, That's not normal. I don't care if it's Web3 or not. Domain was registered in November 2025. That's usually a red flag too, because being that recent, I mean, think about it. If a company is that recent, they're as of today, they're about 8 months old. Or somebody like the person who commented, I've been in the business since February and all is fine. Okay, so the business was like 4 months old at that time, and it's already making that much to be able to pay out all these investors like that. On average, a business takes 1 or 2 years at least to be fully profitable and pay off whatever debt they had to go into to start the business if they needed that. So that right there is always a red flag. This guy, Rehan Gohar, is a long-time Ponzi scheme artist. Again, that was the same thing with BitHarvest. There were people involved that had done the same thing over and over again. And that's not a red flag to anyone. Like no one thinks that's the least bit suspicious. Like this time they're actually doing a legitimate business. It's totally not the same thing they've always done in the past. And here's a list of all the Ponzi schemes this guy has been involved in. BlizzTrek 2018, BizTrade 2019, BizCoin 2020, BizTrade Pro, Next Gen Academy, My Car Club, XRP AI bot. This is the most recent one. It's an AI trading bot Ponzi, and it collapsed. It was just last year, 2025, and now it's XAB Club, which is basically the same thing. They have no products, no software licenses, educational tools, no services. Only thing being sold is the idea of earning more XRP later by putting it in now. And here's the daily returns, which none of that makes sense. MLM commissions, that's another red flag. They're doing the multi-level marketing thing, like apparently a lot of these Ponzi schemes do now. Here's a big one. Withdrawals also come with a 10% fee. So if you're out there and the business is doing just fine, have you tried withdrawing your money? Because, okay, let's say you get 1% daily. You're going to have to lose 10% of everything just to withdraw the money that you put in. If it's that profitable, why do they have to charge you a 10% withdrawal fee? That doesn't make any sense. That's so much higher than any legitimate crypto exchange out there. Most exchanges don't even charge you anything to withdraw your money aside from whatever transaction fee is involved. So that is just wild. Here's the multi-level marketing scheme stuff. There's no customers, sales, or anything resembling external revenue. Referral commissions, team bonus. Is there anything else? No, there's nothing. That's pretty much it for this one. So let's come over here. XAB Club Ponzi scheme. This is a really good AI response here. Widely identified by consumer protection agencies and financial watchdogs as a Ponzi scheme, rebranding of the previously collapsed XRP AI bot. So that one failed, and it was basically the same thing. So if you're going to say this time is somehow different, you're going to have to provide some extraordinary evidence for that. But there is none. Led by Rehan Gohar again, serial fraudster. He's done all these other Ponzi's that have collapsed. Again, this is the same thing, a broken record, but people don't want to believe it, so I'm just going to keep saying it. No verifiable product or revenue. It's got a Ponzi structure, the MLM recruitment focus, lack of transparency. I mean, come on. Just look at this. It's so obvious. I encourage people to do their own research. You don't have to just trust me. I'm not like the end-all be-all. I'm not saying that in this one 9 or 10 minute video I've covered every single thing that can possibly be covered. But if you're going to sit there and say that this is not the whole picture, you've got to provide what it is I'm missing, at least offer some kind of alternative perspective or other evidence. But again, in this case, there is no other evidence because XAB Club is a Ponzi and it will collapse maybe 6 months or so.